I extend that courtesy to her, I even consider it, is because she is female. And, call me a chauvinist, but I apply certain rules to that. I give women more leniency than I give men. So, I mean, with you, I'm just going to be blatant, a bit more honest, right? And it's a sign of respect that I'm honest. I don't consider it a favor to Bells that I will think something and not say it to her. That's what she wants. That's.
Look, I don't give a fuck what you agreed or didn't agree with Bells. It's got nothing to do with anything, Shaggy. Right. Can we just get...
We have righty
on. I find it frustrating, Shaggy. You just go off on wild tangents.
Are you a stalker?
Okay, I go off on tangents.
Look. Did you do the birth certificate thing? I mean,
let me just handle this.
Who else has just joined the panel?
The God, righty.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping to get a one-on-one here, so let me just
look. You want me to come on? People have been making allegations in the chat. You've been putting things on the screen saying I'm a doxer when I'm not.
Let's focus on. No. Let's
shut up.
Now, fuck you!
Shut the fuck up, Shaggy.
You want to gun at me? I will fucking out-gun you any day, you gay
Shut up, you
Shaggy, hold on.
Look, you ask people to come on, and then you just yeah. Now will you shut the fuck up?
You like a bitch.
There is some truth to that.
You and
if you're gonna get rid of me, I'll win by default, as you said.
Squeal, boy.
Look,
squeal like a pig.
There's 5 people on the chat. There's 5 people on the channel at the moment. That's too many. That's too many, right?
Raping you in the chat, fucking you hard. You like that, Wayne?
Shaggy, last warning. If you interrupt me again, I'm going to come out again, and you can fuck off.
Shaggy.
You're being extremely rude to me again, like you were yesterday.
Oh,
now, are you going to take control of your own channel, Toxic?
Righty. You have something to say.
Right. No, I haven't said anything fucking yet.
Okay, let's hear
Right. There's 5 people in the panel, and you want me to come on and talk. And there's not only it's bad enough when you and Shaggy are interrupting me, you've also got on 2 other people. So I'm asking you, 2 of you or 3 of you can talk to me, but not fucking 4. Because I haven't said anything fucking yet, and you've been putting me on your screen, calling me a doxer, and putting loads of shit in the fucking chat.
I just want to know what Wayne said is true about
the
evidence of doxing.
Are you going to stick to maximum of 3 other people in the panel with me, or not?
No, we're good. Go ahead.
You have learned well from Bells, young
If
Jedi.
people interrupt me, right, I'm going to get pissed off. You were rude to me yesterday, and I said to you yesterday that was the last time, so I'm giving you one last chance. Shaggy, if you want to have a debate with me some other time about racism or something, in principle, that's fine. We can arrange it. You can contact me.
What about the thing Wayne said?
Right.
That's not what this was about to me. I just wanted to know what your issue was with me.
Right. Why are you, Toxic, accusing me of being a doxer?
Oh, I didn't. Wayne just came up.
No, you put it on your thing, saying Llama is a doxer. So you accuse me of being a doxer.
This is journalism. I report what is.
That's not journalism. That's just fucking slander and lies. What evidence do you have, Toxic, that I'm a doxer? I have never doxed anyone.
Well, then why
but people who you've had on your panel tonight and in chat, a number of those people are doxers. So get your fucking facts right, okay?
What is that lady's name that you have her registration or something? What is that about?
Who are you referring to?
Oh, chat, bring it up. What's her name? Let's
deal with one thing at a time, can we? Because you've been making all sorts of allegations, and it's only reasonable that I get the chance to respond. Right? Do you agree with that principle?
Haley.
Do you agree with that principle or not?
I was reading the chat.
Do I get the chance to respond to the allegations that have been made, or are you going to keep on interrupting me like last night?
Vagina is on panel.
I hope I at some point get the chance for that debate.
Why is such a vagina?
Oh, shut up. Fuck a minute.
You can either get
EJ,
EJ or write it off now, or I come out. I've warned you already, Toxic.
Llama, I'm trying to ask you a simple fucking
No,
question right now and tell them to just shut the fuck up.
to you.
Don't even start with me, mate, because I'll happily give you a slap.
Spill blood for harvest that the corn
Look,
might grow tall.
I've made it clear to you.
We spill blood
You
for
know
harvest.
full
What'd you
well
say?
there are
I
certain
can't
people
hear
I will
you.
not talk to on the panel, and I've made it clear when I come on that I will not talk with more than 3 of you to interrupt me. Now you want to interrupt me with 5 people.
I'm
That's
telling
not a
them
serious
to shut
way
up, Llama.
in runtime.
My vagina. I'm Llama. My vagina hurts.
EJ, shut up for a minute. I want to know something
Are you
serious.
going
I've got
to
serious
drop
questions.
at least one of the other people out of the panel
Heavenly
or
Father,
not?
Okay.
we thank you for this keynote, which we
I've
Are you going to drop one of the other people
name of
out of
Jesus
the panel
Christ.
or not?
Please forgive us
I
sins.
moved one
Amen.
person, yes.
Are you going to drop? Right. If you bring someone else into the panel again, Toxic, I will just drop straight out. Is that clear?
Serious questions.
Is that clear?
Go ahead.
Do you understand, Toxic?
Are you not entertained?
Yes, see.
Right?
Llama, can I ask you some serious questions instead of you fucking going on?
Time is already too many, but you want to add 2 more people and then add another 3rd, 5th person.
I didn't plan any. I just wanted a one-on-one. So if you guys will stay out of it, I just for a second. I just.
Well, you're not having a one-on-one, are you? So decide who you want to talk to, and then get rid of the rest.
I'm pretty sure these guys
Righty
will.
has a simple question.
I haven't addressed anything else yet, so why have I got to address Righty when I haven't addressed all the other stuff? Why
Because I'm going to ask you the other stuff. Because I'm going to ask you the fucking stuff that people want to ask you instead of fucking about. There's a difference. All the allegations I've just heard, I want to ask you all them allegations.
I get to deal with the questions that I've already seen.
Which is what I'm going to ask you.
Go on then.
The first one is why have you got why is it that they are saying allegedly you have Eileen's fucking birth certificate?
I'm aware of her birth registration. Yes.
Why?
For legal reasons that I explained at the time in writing last year.
But what legal reasons?
That's none of your business. I explained it at the time. Go and look at my channel.
So, in other words, you're stalking her. Why are you trying to get moms? Why are you trying to get moms?
Eileen
registration number.
No, listen. Eileen has disclosed her own date of birth on her channel. She has disclosed loads of... No, you've asked me a question, so let me answer.
I don't care about any of this. What is your issue?
No,
That's why you're here. That is why you're here. What is your issue
Hold on. Don't interrupt.
regarding...
Let Righty and him finish, and then you have your thing with
Sort it out. Eileen has disclosed a lot of personal information about herself on her channel, including broadcasting her date of birth, her registration number. I did not obtain this information. She disclosed it. She is also a doxer. So if you're going to get into dealing with people who are doxers, talk about the people that you have had on your panel and the people that you've got in your chat. I've never doxed anyone.
So there you go. Llama rang up the National Trust whilst I was live with Haley, and he was responsible for wasting taxpayers' money of 6 police cars turning up. 6 fucking police cars for being on a civil matter, right, where I was lawful under the Right to Roam Countryside Act. He rang up and said that I was burglaring the place. I was a burglar. That was what the call was. Oh dear. Llama wasting taxpayers' money whilst he's sat on his ass, living on benefits, recording every stream he can find, day and night, while he's lisping away in his life of no life.
Right. So don't put that on your fucking screen, Toxic, because that makes you a fucking lying cunt. Got that clear?
But you have a birth certificate.
I do not have her birth certificate. I'm aware of her birth registration, yes, but she's broadcast all the information that someone would need that.
So you've had it all written down for months on end. For what reason? Let's be honest. I barely remember my
Eileen has disclosed on her channel her date of birth herself. She's disclosed her full name herself on her channel. She has disclosed herself her registration number. I told her at the time that she broadcast her registration number. I told her a number of times so that she could take her video down, and she failed to take the video down for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks. So I was actually being helpful. Now it's being twisted that I've obtained her registration number. Right? Do you get that?
Years.
Okay, so next question. Why are you trying to get Mom's registration, car registration, Hayley's registration?
I don't have Mom's car registration.
I said trying to get. An allegation has been brought forward by Wayne, who says he's got proof, so he's going to check with the person. We're going to see the proof. That's supposed to be you. So why are you trying to get her registration? Are you trying to phone them up and start lying?
One or more people, yeah, who have been in conflict with Mom and MD for a long time, including, for example, Tanya, right?
Yeah, go on.
Have told me that they were reporting or had reported them to the police. Right?
For what?
Well, you'd have to ask them. I don't know. I'm not party to their police report, right? So you'd have to ask them. But one of the instances that I know that Hayley did was she explicitly made a racist video on a broadcast, right?
No,
and they
no, she never. Absolute bollocks.
Made a series of racialist type comments towards Tanya on broadcast.
And saying that, you know, when have you ever spoken out about Suit with his racist rants and the people he's had on his panel shouting the N-word and all sorts, you know? You've not called him out once on any racism whatsoever, Llama. Because you're shit scared of him.
Right? So it may well be that the reason why Tanya reported that case. No, let me finish. You asked me the question, so let me give the answer.
There's no case to report. There's no racism whatsoever. Calling someone a mixed race, whatever, when you're mixed race yourself, is not racist.
Right? The reason why Tanya reported them to the police, as far as I'm not clear exactly what she's reported, or
it's not like you not to be clear, is it, Llama? I mean, you report everything. You know, you like to get the whole picture, isn't that right? All of a sudden now, you're stuttering. You don't know the full picture. And you're trying to deflect.
About whom? But I know that at least one of them, Hayley, made racist remarks, and Tanya was subject in a period to a number of racist remarks, right? These videos were made about this subject last year, right? This is well known to people in the community. You wouldn't be aware of it, right? So Tanya, at this time, and I...
Can you read the chat? I'm sorry to interrupt you, but can you read the chat right now?
I could not have sent you Hayley's registration number because I've never had it.
So there's Tanya. Hang on, Llama. You sent me Hayley's registration number.
Right. So let me continue to finish the answer. You've asked me the question. Now let me answer.
Yeah,
Stop trying to interrupt me, Shaggy.
I didn't say anything.
Well, you kept going, and then. Shut up.
No, that was something else.
Shut up.
Shut up, Shaggy.
Shut up. Right. So to assist Tanya in her police report, I said the way.
There's Eileen. He admitted he's got my birth certificate. I've actually heard Llama say those exact words and mocked her over it. I've actually seen him write it as well. He's just a liar. He's deflecting because he's a creepy ass cunt.
Why the police can identify Mom.
What?
I said that the way that the police can trace Mom is that they can find her registration number. I did.
What, for calling someone a baboon? Oh yeah, hello, is this the police? I wish to report someone calling someone a baboon.
Didn't say anything about me being able to trace a registration number, nor did I give anyone her registration number.
But we have evidence of you writing loads of stuff down about my personal details, even though you got everything fucking completely wrong, apart from my name. You've included the colour of my car, but we'll go over that in a minute.
I don't know her registration number. So the reason that I was helping Tanya was to assist her with her police report so that the police could trace her. Okay?
And how's your police report going, by the way, Tanya? Yeah. Another one that's round the fucking bend.
So it was to help in a civil, responsible manner, not to dox anyone and not to obtain anyone's information, right?
No, a civil responsible matter would have been, grow up, Tanya, it's only a fucking comment. It's only sticks and stones, to be honest.
If someone's subject to a series of racist comments that they've reported to the police, right?
Sticks and stones. That's
Look,
all
I'm
it
not
is.
interested in your view.
Names don't hurt people.
Look, it was a police.
If she was getting fucking
I understood it was a police matter, and that she has or was going to report it to the police.
Told her to fucking grow
and
up
I was assisting the police in being able to trace the person concerned. I wasn't.
You was what? What? Did you just all hear that? I was assisting the police. What do you mean you was assisting the police? Again, wasting police resources, wasting police time, being an absolute fucking dickhead, wasting taxpayers' money, and using it as your excuse to prey on people in real life.
Stopping anyone, right? I wasn't getting anyone's information. I was assisting someone.
Instead of
you just heard them there say, I wasn't getting anyone's personal information. Well, we have evidence that shows otherwise.
Assistant, you should have told her.
I was assisting someone who I was aware. I think you were not there. You do not know the circumstances, right?
I don't need to know the circumstances.
Yes, you do.
I know for the fact. I can't make a judgment. Sticks and stones don't hurt.
Look,
words do not hurt.
In this country,
there's no race
related hate crimes.
No one gives a fuck about race in this country. This country's the most fucking. We've got more fucking race going on in this country than anywhere. Go to Birmingham. There's more fucking Asians in Birmingham. Come to Liverpool, mate. We've got a whole fucking area called Chinatown just for the Chinese.
That's not the point.
Area just for the blacks. We've got a whole area for Asian people.
Racism
means
a term. That's not the point. I agree. Our country, generally speaking, is a very tolerant country and is arguably one of the least racist countries in the West. I would agree with that. Right? The point is that someone is being subjected.
Mark Davies,
can I finish? Can I give you the answer? Please. Someone has suggested. Someone was indicating to me, and some of it I've seen myself with my own eyes, that they were being subjected to racial hatred, which is a crime in this country.
Racial hatred, calling someone a baboon. Wow. And Llama was assisting the police by creeping on Hayley and her personal life, trying to get her registration for calling someone a baboon.
No,
right? And I was assisting them in it being reported.
Save them from the racial hate.
Oh, he was reporting them on a
call.
I did not know. I've never known Hayley's registration number plate.
This one's going to go out to Tan. Sorry to interrupt you, but this is going to go out to Tan.
Next question.
I just want to put this out to Tan first. If you're so offended by someone saying baboon, Tan, why are you letting the N-bomb and everything else on Suit's fucking channel not affect you?
There you go. So there's Righty saying about how can she be affected by the word baboon when she'll happily go on a channel that uses the N-word and other racist words, slurs, constantly, without a care in the world, and she'll happily laugh along with it and put love hearts emojis in the chat and be party to all of that. See where we're going with that one, Tanya? You're another one, aren't you? You need to wind your neck in, I think, because everyone seems to know now that you're an embarrassment to the word racial discrimination. You're an embarrassment to the word racist because you fucking cry it and cry it and cry it whenever it suits your agenda. But you've been caught many a times on a channel that throws out racial slurs whilst you're in it. Just knock it on the head. Give it a rest. You're boring.
If you're going to cry about one thing, cry about everything. Okay, what was the next accusation that he's had? The Nicky New thing, you're supposed to have mocked her and raped.
Right. I have never mocked Nicky New being raped.
Well, you just heard that. He's never mocked her being raped, but we have the screenshots that show him disgustingly mocking someone that was raped by the name of Nicky New. We'll see that shortly.
I'm confident that at least one of
He's confident.
Shaggy or Toxic or EJ, if he's still here, will be aware that a couple of weeks ago or more, I actually came on your stream and I addressed this accusation of Nicky's that I'd mocked her being raped.
Well, you're a liar, and you're a proven liar now. You're a proven doxer. You're a proven stalker. You're a creepy ass fuck. You look like Norman Bates in real life. Well, you did 20 years ago. Fuck knows what you look like now. But yeah, you are a liar, and we've got the evidence that shows that you was mocking a survivor of rape.
So do either of me remember this?
Yes, I remember this.
Right, he remembers. So I've addressed this already. I have never mocked Nicky New being raped.
Right, you heard that, didn't you? You all heard it.
Right? Nicky New refers to a live stream that occurred on Cass's channel, probably around late last year, early this year, where one of her former friends revealed that she picks poo out of her bum. We understood at the time it was probably due to constipation, right?
So he's trying to deflect there, saying he thought it was due to constipation, but in the screenshots, he refers to rape of the arse. Yeah.
We did not know that she'd been anally raped, right?
Once again, he's denying it, saying he did not know she'd been raped, but the evidence you'll see shows that he did, and he's a disgusting little cunt.
I've never mocked Nicky New being raped or anyone being raped.
Did you joke
It's a
that time
ridiculous
too,
accusation.
Nicky and
Okay.
New don't take it in the poo? Were you there for that? Nicky New don't take it in the poo, or
Nicky, they were saying in the comments things like Nicky New can't poo.
That's what
possibly,
it was.
yes.
You can't poo.
We did not know about her rape at that time. So Nicky New is completely twisted.
That's why that saying was said.
No,
I wasn't around for that, so I can't
he was
tell
public about the fact that she'd had constipation back in 2019.
Why are you still following Nicky and Eileen around constantly?
What do you mean following them around?
Well, every time I see your look on your community tab, you've always got something to do with Nicky on there. Say about him, a singer. I haven't heard a singer.
Those
so
two
constantly
harassing me.
Okay,
you're watching them.
Nicky New?
Those, pardon?
If you weren't watching them, but you wouldn't know they were talking about you.
Are you sweet?
Send me unwanted communications. Of course, I know that they're talking about it. They send me unwanted communications. They still have been doing. Even today, Eileen sent me an unwanted communication. She's been doing this since 2019.
Why don't you just block it? Why don't you just block, find someone else to watch?
Because both of them are notorious for using sock puppet accounts.
Just block and we carry on.
They admit it, and they admit it.
But just block and carry on.
Yes, but they use lots of. They use.
I get about 400 or 500 fucking dodgy messages on Facebook, Twitter, and Discord. I just block and move on.
But yeah, there's other stuff that's gone on as well, and we don't have time to get into all of that now. Okay?
We've all got time because that's all we have is
we do
time.
not have the time for me to go over 2 years of history concerning Nikki New and Eileen, right?
Well, have we got the time, Toxic Shaggy? Have we got the time?
We do not have the time.
Have we got the time to chat? Let's actually chat
if you want to find out about that, go to my channel, look at my videos, okay? Or play them now.
Yeah, but Llama, I can't take your video serious because you cherry pick something out of Wayne's video about them kicking a dog. After when 30 seconds later he goes, "Nah, I'm only messing."
No, only after someone said you shouldn't say that.
Doesn't matter.
Now you've changed the subject again.
No, I haven't changed the subject. I'm still on the same subject. You're telling me to go and watch your videos.
Right,
I've watched your crap and watching your videos.
But you're prepared to take Wayne seriously and go on his channel when he's called me a paedophile. I
don't take Wayne seriously either.
Right, but if you're going to start accusations, serious accusations, why don't you talk about Shaggy and Toxic instead of being some sort of apologist for Wayne about what he does because he's angry? Why don't you talk on your channel about the repeated threats that he's made publicly against me of threats of violence and the threat he made yesterday to kill my parents? Have you mentioned that tonight?
Wayne's been brought on here and he's literally said he doesn't give a crap about the fucking
have you talked about his repeated allegations that are malicious, false and slanderous, but I'm a paedophile? And yet you listen to tittle-tattle of silly accusations by Wayne saying that all he can get at is saying, "Oh, I've got someone's registration number," when I haven't.
Yeah, all right.
Why don't you get it in fucking proportion?
Llama, I hear your fucking question. I'm trying to answer it, all right? The reason we don't address that as much is because it's like Cyrax having a spur gout. Wayne threatening to kill someone is like another fucking crater on the moon or another dent in my truck. No one gives a shit, okay? It's like just another fucking Tuesday. Now, someone.
So why do you give a shit about wanting to ask me about if I've got someone's registration number?
Because that's dangerous.
That's dangerous. But when Wayne says he's going to come and visit me and kill me and my parents, that's what
Wayne has a reputation as a psychopath. You are earning a reputation as a stalker. Do you understand? Wayne is already regarded as a psychotic fuck.
Confirmed.
All right?
Wayne's admitted that he's a fuck. He doesn't give a fuck.
A psychotic fuck.
For being raped in private, and a few of your friends said that to me.
It's just Wayne being Wayne when Wayne's acting like a psychopath. That's just Wayne, man.
I've got a question. Hold on, I've got a question. Is this why does Bells have all this information on you stalking people? Is this why you've made a ceasefire and you're shitting yourself over it now?
Yep.
Wayne Bells doesn't have any information on me. I don't stalk anyone.
I don't know. It just seems rather weird when someone calls me a kiddie fiddler. I don't really want to be friends with them ever again. But you did.
I'm not friends with Bells. She knows I'm not friends with her.
But you associate with her. You're in a chat.
Yes.
She called you a kiddie fiddler. Was that okay for her to call you a kiddie fiddler because now you're best mates?
She didn't actually call me a kiddie fiddler. So you need to get your facts right, don't you?
Okay. What did she say? Okay. She said, "Are you a kid? He could be a kiddie fiddler as well."
No, that's not the words.
The correct words were, "Do we know he's not a kiddie fiddler?"
No, that's not the words. That's not what she said either. So again, you need to get your facts right, okay?
What did she say then? Go on.
That's not the words she used.
What did she use?
I'm not here to talk about Bells. Ceasefire means I cannot talk about Bells.
What did she use? Because I'll go check the fucking video in a minute and prove it. Doesn't matter if you talk about it. Tell the fucking truth. Instead of sitting there like a fucking shit house, tell the fucking truth what's fucking happening instead of going, "That's not what happened. That's not what happened." Tell the fucking truth. We know she's got shit on you. Because you shit yourself as soon as she mentioned the fucking website. You shit yourself.
We are not here to talk about Bells, right?
It's a simple fucking question.
She didn't
Is this why you're so fucking scared of her? Because she's got all this shit on you. Because what I'm hearing lately, mate, is something fucking dodgy shit about you. And you fucking cherry pick stuff.
Right, what dodgy shit?
You've got Tan saying in the fucking chat that you did give her your fucking what's her name. Now, I don't know Tan for fucking Adam. I don't know you for fucking Adam. So you're both fucking lying in my eyes. So fucking what's her name? But you've got loads of people. You've even got your own fucking friends saying you're a fucking stalker.
Well, what friends?
And then as soon as Bells went to you in a video,
saying these things, but you've not backed any of these things up, righty.
You are a stalker.
How am I stalking?
Your own friends read the fucking chat.
I can't. What? Who said? Which friends say I'm a stalker?
All fucking your own fucking friends say you're fucking freaky and a stalker.
Who?
Llama the fucking creep by Shaggy Legacy Admin, whoever the fuck that is.
Which
I know
people?
your own
There's
fucking
only
people.
one person in this channel's chat that I would, from that I've seen,
Steph is saying
one
you're
or two
fucking
people
creepy.
in this chat who I would consider to be a friend. So who are you referring to?
Steph before said you're fucking obsessive.
Where does she say that?
Before she said it when you first come on. Well, when you ran away first and said we can't go on with that person.
Obsessive doesn't mean they're a stalker, does it? Anyway,
Yeah, it does.
So it doesn't back up being a stalker, does it?
It does.
No, it doesn't make someone a stalker.
It does. Being obsessive over someone makes you a fucking stalker. Being obsessive over...
So the evidence that we have shows he is a stalker, and loads of women actually wrote in the chat of this live that he is obsessive and he is a stalker.
But a certain person, it makes you a stalker. It is the same fucking thing. You're obsessive over two fucking women when you're a fucking man. It makes you obsessive, makes you a stalker. I believe now, I'm starting to believe now that what fucking Bells has on you is you are a fucking stalker and you're that fucking scared that all the evidence is going to come out of it. That's why you're licking a fucking ass. Because if anyone ever called me a fucking kiddie fiddler, I would never want to fucking know them. I would rip their fucking head off for what he's done for saying that shit. Especially by someone who is fucking grooming an 18-year-old fucking man. He's an 18-year-old boy. You're friends with someone who's 56 years old.
I'm not friends with Bells.
You are fucking friends.
I'm not friends with Bells.
You fucking are. I've seen the bad screenshots of you in their chat, mate. You are licking her fucking ass. If you could get any further up her ass, you'd be out of a fucking nose.
I'm not friends with Bells.
You're up her ass.
I'm not friends with Bells, right? We have a ceasefire. And we are on cordial, civil terms,
yeah.
right? And we are trying to resolve.
But look at yesterday, you grew a pair of balls yesterday because you had fucking bells around you.
What?
You grew a pair of balls yesterday because you had bells around it. We're not here to talk about this. We're not here to talk about that.
Look, there's been loads of accusations that have been made about me. I don't think we need to get into talking about bells as well.
It is part of the accusation. Because I brought up a video and I said to you what Belle said about you, and you're like, she never said that. She fucking did. I've even got someone called Liz in the chat. Liz is a very good fucking person in this chat. I know Liz is a very smart person. She totally called him a kiddie fiddler in one of those poor streams. She was speaking out about me on Llama's community tab.
The wording and the sentiment was not what you said, but it was very serious. I agree. And that's why I made a video about it. And that's why I've got a problem with her. Yes. But
you still hang around
Bells and I are trying to resolve our difficulties and differences.
Right, so let's go and look at the actual evidence that proves he is a stalker, he is a liar. He is obsessive and he does real life shit, even though he claims he doesn't.
It's true.
What? Llama's lost the words? Fucking hell. What's going on?
I've already addressed the fact that why what you said was racist. I've already said that. Yeah, you are racist.
You just get bringing it back onto me. I've already said I'm not fucking racist. Get over it.
Well, I believe what you said is racist.
That's
I believe
over.
You to be racist.
We're talking about you. What you've done.
That's the reason Tanya reported it to the police.
Do you really think the police are going to touch me for saying someone's a mixed race? Fucking mind boggle. What the fuck?
It wasn't an isolated incident.
Oh, it's the way you said it. It's the context. Yeah, we get that bit.
It wasn't an isolated incident. I'm sure Tanya had good reason to want to report it to the police. This is my understanding is what she did.
Why did you have to put your nose in?
Because I was being a civic responsibility and I was supporting her, the fact that she was being the victim of racism.
What an idiot.
Right, so now let's go back to you. Now we've addressed that yet again for you. Why did you send all those details over?
Which details?
Of Mark.
I sent you the toxic, it's in the Discord.
You got it in the
details about who?
Not answering it? No?
Which details about who?
The details you sent over about Mark. His date of birth, his address, his colour of his car, his fucking registration plate, times and dates of when he was on radio, broadcasts.
Yeah.
Why?
That is fucking weird, man. That's proper fucking stalking.
so that,
Why have
so
you
that
got that
someone
much?
so that someone who wanted to report him to the police could report him to the police.
Why would you need this radio broadcast?
You're wasting a lot of police time, Llama. You know that over YouTube.
I haven't reported Mark Davis to the police yet.
Yet. What are you going to report me for then, Llama?
I don't. But why did you need all that information, all of it, when he was on a radio station?
Is that just how you see yourself, Llama? Your friendly neighbourhood archivist? Just somebody who keeps all this information in case somebody needs it in the future?
No, because I had good calls. I had good calls myself, Pete, to want to know it myself. Okay.
You've got good cause to be stalking on my real life. You've got good cause for that. What good cause have you got to be stalking on my life? I mean, it makes me think all kinds of stuff. If you're trying to get my address, my car, I mean, it makes me think you're trying to find out my kids' names, the schools that are, things like that. If you go into that depth, then that's the sort of depth people go to when they're trying to find out stuff about their children and where they go and things like that. You might say, well, where's your evidence on that? Well, I'll say to you, hold on a minute. People that do that shit that I'm saying.
You're outed, Llama. You're fucked.
Outed as what?
A fucking doxing, lying little cunt.
People who think it's okay to go and making threats of violence. People who
What
think
more
it's
do you
okay
want?
to be doctors.
Llama, it's just
People who think
fucking
it's okay to
internet
share
drama.
people's addresses. I've never shared anyone's address. Never published anyone's.
Never shared anyone's address? Really? We'll see that in a minute.
I've just been sent it, you silly cunt.
What address have I shared?
Going by
I've just been sent an address you think Mark lives at. I've just been sent it.
Going by Tan.
You mean an address
you
that's on his
sent
advert? An address that's on an advert? Right.
Doesn't matter that it's on that. It wasn't on an advert, Llama. It was on a Facebook page. You went looking for it with malicious intent. Yeah. An address I used in 2011 for the work purpose place, which if you looked on the Google map now, the actual extension part is no longer being used as an office. It's no longer there. But your intent was malicious. Doesn't matter that that address was on a Facebook page as a work business. Your intent was malicious.
But it's still fucking digging into people's lives way too much.
That's the
This is
key
internet.
right there.
So there we go. So as you look here, this is what Llama's actually been doing. Description of Mark Davis car, color white, Summit Ford Focus, completely wrong. Registration plate, he couldn't even get that fucking right. And then he put 8th of December, completely wrong. Born 1970 and 1971, completely wrong. Middle name Andrew, completely wrong. See, this is the internet. You only get to know things that I want you to know. And then look at this. He even puts times and stuff. Look, it's fucking crazy. He has appeared as a guest on a national radio station called Talk Radio. I suspect they paid him. What the fuck has that got to do with you? So they will probably have his address, which they don't. This was 2020, so the police could contact Talk Radio. Talk Radio only had my mobile number, so I don't know where you're going with that one. He was on the Kevin O'Sullivan show, so he's stalking me on there. And then he's put the time and the date. He lives on or around Falmouth, Cornwall, so he claims. I'm sorry, but you're wrong there as well. You sent today 11:16, and then he puts his IP address traces to that area. How the fuck would you know where my IP address goes to? You can't trace my IP address, you daft twat.
You don't know the context of what's behind that and what the reason
What context? He threatened to beat me up.
See, further down here, he's put, according to his hypnotherapy advert, his address is Pellew Road. Okay, so when you're talking about him saying he hasn't doxed anyone, well, he's actually gone looking with malicious intent, my personal information, to then dox it along to someone else so that they can use it for malicious purposes too.
Right here,
Ooh,
Llama.
you're a fucking
Here
man.
it is.
Grow up.
Here it is, Llama. What is
Now
it?
deny it.
Yeah, now
I
deny
just
it,
said,
cunt.
I haven't denied
Tensy,
it.
that's not a good idea, mate.
No, I'll take that one down and show you.
That's fine. I did give permission for this to be shown because none of it's true. I mean, the only thing there was on Pally Road when I worked there in 2011. Everything else is, basically going on here. He's going on my Facebook information, but he ain't got a fucking clue. Think I'm fucking stupid or something. Just shows his stalking lengths.
You're the one,
Yeah,
Toxic.
that's not a good idea, pal.
I mean, that is proper stalking, people. Look at that. That's proper fucking stalking. That, to me, do you know what that reminds me of? One of these weird people you might have around your neighborhood who are always a curtain twitcher, twitching the curtains, watching what time you leave in the morning, watching what time you get home at night, watching who's coming in the house, watching who's leaving the house. Might be next door, glass at the wall, listening to what's being said, times and dates and all that. That's the kind of person he is. And it's fucking freaky.
Oh,
You get blokes that stalk on women and stuff like that, and they do this sort of stuff as well. We've all seen it on Crime Watch and things. This is the kind of, it's just wrong.
is that a dox?
Yeah.
Kind of technically.
Oh shit!
You have to edit the video later, mate.
I should
You
read it
shouldn't put
next
that
time.
up.
It's wrong
It's toxic thinking he's just doxed me. I actually give permission to the Discord. I said, show it as it is.
anyway. It's wrong details.
Got that one.
I never said
Oh,
the
is it?
details
Is
were
that
correct.
which one?
You thought they were correct, though, didn't you, Llama? You thought they were correct. But the fact is, you maliciously went looking for it with intent.
Which one was somebody trying to get me in Discord?
The one underneath it.
Oh, okay.
You're just making yourself now. You've just made yourself a doxer.
No, they didn't, because I gave them permission to do it. I gave them permission to show what you'd been doing. So no, they didn't dox. They're not a doxer. It's actually in the Discord I gave permission.
Oops.
So well done.
You fucking idiot.
Well, it wouldn't be the
You're the
first
one that
time.
fucking spread it, you dopey cunt.
Spread it. It was information that he put in the public domain himself. You silly cow.
What I put in the public domain, times and dates and stuff, did I? And that registration you came out with, and this is the colour of my car, everyone, and it's a Ford Focus, which it isn't. All that sort of stuff. And I live at Pally Road, and this is my name, and that's my middle name, and this is when I was born, and that's the day. Are you fucking serious? You went looking for that. That's in different places, and you went looking for it. That means you were stalking my live streams, trying to catch the registration of my car. Stalking.
No, it wasn't. No, what about the car? Where did you get that from?
From his own live stream on his own Ghost Adventures
There you go. Stalking my live streams.
channel. Stupid woman.
That makes it okay.
Spying on a car, Llama. Stupid woman.
You want to
Doxer.
be
Dirty
all the
doxer.
information was information that he
You're a dirty
put on his
doxer.
own-
Admit it.
What?
Admit it. You're a stalking doxer.
So,
Mark Davis
Listen, as hold
is
on.
a fucking doxer.
Mark Davis is a
Oh,
fucking
yeah,
doxer.
right, mate, don't sit there and write it down.
Well, let me talk about the fact that Mark Davis
Here we go.
obtained a supposed address from
See, a supposed address
related to me,
related to him.
obtained it from
Obtained it.
either Nicky New and or Shaz.
That was lies there. So he just told barefaced lies that he obtained a fiction address of Llama from two named people. Right, that's a bit of an accusation with no evidence.
And then gave that address to suit yourself.
And as I explained on that live, Suit Yourself actually asked me for Llama's address, we've been looking into him, deep into him, and trying to get information. Have you got his address? Blah blah blah. I said I don't dox people, and I gave out this address, okay, which was nothing to do with Llama whatsoever. And then Suit goes, "I thought you don't dox people." I said, "I don't." And he went, "Well, this is just some random address." And then he used it. He ran with it. I mean, we all know Suit's fucking tapped in the head anyway. But yeah, if Suit actually showed the whole script of that conversation, it would show that he was wanting to dox Llama and that he was claiming he had information on him. But we know Suit's a lying cunt, and he wouldn't dare show the whole script because it will show him for what he is. Suit only showed what he wanted people to see, and that's what Suit does. In its Suit.
Why don't we talk about that?
Yeah, go on. Let's talk about that.
Let's talk about that then, shall we?
So is he joking about news?
Hold on, what's this here? So here's Llama talking about a woman in real life, Nikki New, about her 3 fucking children. Didn't they go to school each day, 5 days a week? I mean, that's a bit creepy in itself. So, what? You're actually digging into how many times a week the kids go to school? That's a bit weird.
Suicide new for begging money
Well,
for
what he's talking about is Suit dropped Llama's fucking house outside. A picture of Llama's outside of his house in Suit's Discord in his ghost chat. If I remember correctly, you might have to check that one, Pete. But I believe it was in his fucking ghost thing.
Say again. Sorry.
There was a picture that Suit dropped a picture of a house with a bus stop near it.
That's right.
And I think Lana was talking about that one being his house. I think that was dropped in his
Don't
ghost.
remember.
Yeah, and that's not his house. But Llama took it upon himself to say that that was intended as his house, and that Nikki knew, or Eileen, or Shaz gave me that information, which is all irrelevant because it's all untrue. And considering Llama goes on facts and he doesn't lie, well, barefaced lies right there. Let's try and find this next screenshot a minute. So here we have Llama. As you might remember, he said that he didn't know anything about her being raped, denied that he mocked her on being raped, but here you can see quite clearly about the bloke that did beat her up and rape her. New stayed with him and he smashed her face in while she had 2 young kids in the house. So not only is he blaming a woman for her own beating and rape, he's actually blaming her for having the children in that actual position where she was battered, etc. So that's a big fuck off to every survivor of domestic abuse in the world. The amount of survivors, women that have been beaten senseless in front of their kids alone is actually astounding. To think that they would actually be able to defend their children in that moment when they're battered to fuck. Have they got a choice? Do they have a choice when that happens to them? Do them children have a choice? But here Llama distinctly points it out. While she had her 2 young kids in the house, great mothering. Can you believe that shit? And then he goes on to say, what did he rape her with, for fuck's sake? A pedal bin. So when he earlier said he didn't know anything about her being raped, when he was making fun of her ass and stuff like that, and talking about scooping her ass and shit, he tried to make out the claim that he thought that she was suffering from constipation. But when we look at the truth of the matter, he actually says there, rape. So he knows she was raped. So all those times he was taking the piss out of her ass and stuff, it's because he knows she was raped. He knows she was beaten senseless in front of her kids. And there he is, mocking her, taking the piss out of her. And he lied on this live stream. He blatantly lied to everyone. Lied out the back of his fucking ass. But in reality, Llama, I wouldn't put it past you that you do have troll accounts now that have been trolling this woman about her rape and stuff, about her ass, with these words, especially that you're using, and the things you've said about scooping her ass and stuff. There's been troll accounts about Nikki News scooping and stuff, hasn't there? Do you know what I'm saying? And then we've got some more here, Llama. These ones were actually censored by Ear Juice. I've got the original ones. And then she's going, she adored her 2 daughters and their grandchildren. Talking about, well, I don't even have to say it, do I? I mean, look at it. It's just proper fucking. He's like new obsessed. And there he is again. Why doesn't she get her anus fixed? Yeah. And context matters, as Suit says. You just previously seen Llama going on about her being raped, admitting she's been raped, taking the piss out of the fact she was raped, taking the piss out of the fact she was beaten senseless in front of her kids, blaming her for those things that happened, and blaming her for having the children in that position when it happened to her. And then earlier on, he actually denied all knowledge of knowing she'd been raped and stuff. But here he is again. Why doesn't she get her anus fixed? It was 20 years ago, and she keeps saying she woke up after she was brutally anal raped. How come she didn't wake up during it? I mean, how fucking sick can you get? Look at that. Let's read it again. It was 20 years ago, and she keeps saying she woke up after she was brutally anal raped. How come she didn't wake up during it? Context matters, guys. The words of Suit. What can I say?
Published loads of names, private messages, he wouldn't have revealed about her poo picking.
What
Have you seen
No.
Lou's? Oh, and then it's the same thing again. Okay.
Disgusting.
So Mark, you know, I said about I've accused you of trolling, right? Yeah. Are you still here?
Yeah.
Right. I also believe, right, and this isn't, fact, obviously, because I don't know for fucking sure here. Yeah, but I also believe, because of what I've known about Drama Llama, okay, I believe that he has fucking trolled me many times to make it look like you. Now, I still have my problems with you, right? With that, we haven't really spoken about that tonight. I don't think we need to, right? But I believe that he's done so much to make it look like you over the time I've known him.
Don't know.
Well, I think he has, yeah, because of what I know about him.
I've seen on your channel when trolls coming on that made me, they were using like Mark's words. They were trying to make you think it was Mark.
I know.
I remember seeing that.
So I think we can all safely say that your game's up. You've been playing a lot of games, been stalking a lot of people, including myself. It does make me wonder, when I looked at all that stuff that you was collecting on me, which wasn't very good. Was you looking for my wife's information? Because I know that my wife's social media had been stalked on. I know she'd been preyed on. Was you looking for my kids? Was you looking for their schools? I'll say it again. What was you looking for? You say it was for police information, but no police are looking for me. I'm not on the police register. not wanted by any police whatsoever. And you even made the bold statement that you haven't reported me to the police yet. You can't report me to the police for fuck all. You just use the police all the time. Cease and desist. I can't talk on the panel while that person's there because I have a legal issue ongoing with the police. It's all bullshit. You just use the police. Police. You rang the police up while I was out on a live investigation, wasted taxpayers' money. 6 fucking police cars turning up. You've admitted to ringing the police many times. And you're going on about getting people's information to pass on to the police. You're stalking my live streams for my car registration. I mean, what do you think you can do with my registration? Apart from what Righty said, is like make a 999 call or a police call saying these persons are in this vicinity at the moment, and I believe they're in this stolen car, and that would be like police turning up straight away. And it also makes me believe that many times that Mark Smith, for instance, who you love to stalk for a long time, who you built your channel on, actually obsessing over, many times that he had the police turn up. It makes me wonder if you was responsible for that, because if you did it to me, you must have done it to others. Now, I know you wasn't behind it yourself, but you was behind it. Lanhydroch, you was behind it. Doesn't matter if you was with others, you was behind it, and you denied it, but you're a scummy little fucking cunt at the end of the day, and you're finished.